Hi, everyone. We are here live to chat about all things high impact, simple sales. For those of you who don't know me, hi, I am Steph Blake, and I am the host of the Simple Sales Bundle, which is happening. It's opening so soon on Thursday, August 15th. And it's crazy. It's so crazy. And this interview is part of a series of interviews that I'm doing with contributors from the Simple Sales Bundle. One of those being Jennie Wright, who is here again to talk with us about high impact, simple sales. But more specifically, we want to focus on how to create a high impact summit to make simple sales in your business. So, Jennie,
Yes.
before we dive into this, for those of you who have not signed up for the waitlist yet, you can go to simplesalesbundle.com. You can grab your spot on the waitlist. Like I said, the bundle opens on August 15th at 8 a.m. Central. And we're giving a free gift to anybody who joins on the first day. So you want to make sure you're on your waitlist. You want to make sure you grab that bundle because it is filled with more than 50 really incredible resources to help you simplify sales and make more money, which as business owners, we all need to do, right? So now, without further ado, Jennie, I am so glad you're here. I'm so glad we are talking. Do you just want to give a very brief intro of you, who you are, and what you do?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm so stoked. I have like 4 screens open. I've got Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, like we're everywhere. So I'm really happy. I really appreciate you doing this, by the way. So I'm Jennie Wright. I'm a list build and lead generation specialist, and I get to be featured on this bundle, which is incredible and amazing. So this is fantastic. If everybody can go and check it out, it's one of the best bundles I've ever seen. I'm stoked to be on it. So yeah, let's talk about some lead gen. Let's talk about summits.
Yeah. So for the people who don't know you, do you just want to share a little bit about your background in summits before we dive into this conversation?
Sure. Yeah. So this is going to freak some people out. I've done over 400 summits.
Okay. Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did not know that.
So I produce summits for a living. I have been for about 12 years. And so I've done about 400 successful summits. I've also done a boatload of challenges and webinars, anything that has to do with like a live event. I used to do in-person event management and in-person event planning and stuff back in the day when I worked in corporate. And so when I got into the online space, I kind of like fell upon online summits and I was like, oh, I can do this. And my first year, I think I had like 35 or 40 clients that I did summits for. And then it just kind of went from there.
That's so wild. I'm assuming you have a team to help you.
Yes, but
Okay.
I didn't in the beginning. I did it all myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most people don't in the
Yeah.
beginning, but wow, that's
Definitely
great.
have a team. Yeah.
Yeah, I did not realize that you had done that many summits. So you know what you're talking about when it comes to summits, needless to say, after 400.
Yeah.
And the reason that we're talking about summits is because your product in the bundle, so you actually have 2 products that you're contributing. The first product that you're contributing to the bundle is called Summits Made Simple Promotion Plan Bundle, which helps you take the guesswork out of figuring out how and when to promote your summit, which is obviously so incredibly important because people need to know about it in order to sign up for it. So do you just want to share a little bit about that product and how it really helps you to not only create a high impact summit, but also it helps lead to sales as well?
Oh, completely. Everything hinges on the promotion. The planning and the promotion, those are the 2 things, right? So those are actually the 2 things that I like to talk about. And one of the biggest hangups to launching and producing your own event is actually the promo. People freak out because they don't know how to promote the event. And so if you promo it the right way, which in my way is non-transactional and more community-based, then you'll end up with more sales in the long term, right? Nobody wants you to be like, if you give me this, I'll give you that, without giving a crap about the person. So the way that I like to teach people to promote is to really get connection with your speakers or your host, really understand what the person's about, how to support them more effectively, what your audience actually needs, and to only be on summits that speak to your ideal client and your ideal audience, as opposed to like the spray and pray, let's get on every summit and be on everything, right? It should be really niched in. And so that's one of the things that is included inside the promo plan bundle is everything that I use to promote a summit, just so people feel really comfortable. And how that helps sales again, is like if promo doesn't feel transactional and promo feels like, hey, I'm doing this thing, come do this thing with me, or I'm really enjoying this, come along for the ride kind of thing, that leads people to build a lot more trust a lot more quickly. There's a less, suspicion in what people are doing, and it feels more authentic and it feels more on brand. So that always equates better sales.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, you talked about so many different things, but
Sorry.
No. It's great. It's amazing. But there's so much there that we can dissect. So first of all, this promotion plan is normally $147. Like
Yes.
that's what it normally sells for, like, on your website.
Yep.
So the simple sales model, I did not mention this before, but it's only $7. So you pay $7, you get access to this really incredible product. And even if you are not thinking about creating a summit now or hosting a summit now, you might do it 6 months from now, 12 months from now, right? And you literally will have all of the resources that you need at your fingertips to help you promote that summit.
Yes. I mean, come on. I mean, my favorite Starbucks drink is probably $7. So like,
exactly. It's so true. It's so true. Yeah, we used to go to Chipotle all the time. And we used to get an entire meal at Chipotle for $7. And now it's like $7. It's actually more. It's $8 for chips and guac from Chipotle. They actually raised the price for chips and guac. So for less than chips and guac, you can get an entire bundle of resources that will make you money. Like,
yeah, I call it stupid simple. Like if it's a stupid simple thing, there's a no-brainer to do it. There's there's nothing holding you back. And I always look at sales like, how do we make this stupid simple? Like even before you and I got on camera and you're like, hey, my first question is this. And my second question is, do you want to go live? And I'm like, I'm already set up, ready to go. So stupid simple, no brainer, no like friction to making it happen. And if you can do that in your summits or your lead gen, it makes sales frictionless as well. And any lack of friction means people buy more things. So
yeah, exactly. So let's talk about promo a little bit. I mean, we're not obviously going to share everything because you have an entire product created around it. But when it comes to creating a high impact summit, what are a few things that people can do to make sure that their promotion is like really top notch? Just maybe like one or two things.
I bulletproof my promo. So I always do a speaker kickoff call, so I can alleviate the dog hate my homework issue. So when I was doing summits since 2012, I would find that we would get like 20 or 30 speakers and we'd have like 10 that didn't promote. And I was like, okay, how do we like mitigate this issue? Because we had 10 people who didn't promote. And, that ends up with like so many less people actually in the event. And we want more people, right? So I started to try and devise a plan, and it is the speaker kickoff call. And then also my promo plan pack, like the actual folder that the speakers get. And yours is like, everything that you've done for yours is amazing. I mean, so it's like top notch. But having a kickoff call and having your speakers walk through exactly what promo is, but to infuse it from a point of view of networking, is my magic little key for people to use. So create an event to help promote to help get your speakers on board, have it, go about 4 weeks before your summit launches, get everybody in the same room, as many people as possible, have a good time, network. And then, you like come at them with the guac, with the yummy guac, and you're like, oh, but here's your veggies on the side, please promote. So you entice them with the one thing and then you come across with the other thing. And that's, it usually works really, really well.
I love that. I hadn't thought about doing that because I don't host summits. I host bundles, which obviously you're part of it. And we ran into the same thing with people not promoting. So we implemented our own process on the back end for people to submit when they promote, because like we have to make sure that everybody's doing their job. And honestly, if you don't do your job and you don't promote, you don't get to come back. It's like it's very simple.
Yep.
Right. And I really like the idea of adding in that separate call though for people who do want to network, right? That's such an easy thing that most of us are already doing anyway. Like everybody's always on Zoom.
Always,
so
always.
Yeah.
And if you do that with the bundle, then because the difference with the bundle to a summit, right? And I've done both. bundle participants don't get to, sorry, bundle contributors don't get to meet other bundle contributors within the summit itself or the bundle itself, right? There's more interaction on a summit most of the time because we have like live panels and so on and so forth. And you also get FaceTime with the host because you do the interview. With a bundle, that's kind of removed and you don't get that chance to build the relationship as much as you would in a summit. So if you can build in that FaceTime and you can incentivize your contributors to want to network and be there, then you start to create the bonds, right? As soon as you start creating bonds with people and you create the community, then you get the whole almost like out of sheer politeness, I have to promote this because I got one thing and now I got to give.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, even in a bundle, I'd say it's an amazing idea.
Yeah, absolutely. We used to do like private communities in a sense. So we did like private Slack communities, and some people liked it. The majority of the people didn't even want it though. So now I included moving forward, like, do you want a community? Do you want to just be notified via email? And for this specific bundle, 99% of people said, just send me an email. I was like, that's interesting.
Yep.
That's interesting.
I hosted a bundle a couple weeks ago and the same thing happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is getting my wheels turning to think about new and different ways to kind of differentiate the bundles that we host from the other one. So that's really great. Now, the other piece that we obviously want to be talking about is sales. So when it comes to making sales from your summit, obviously the VIP pass, that's an important thing to get those sales on the back end. But do you have any other, like, again, one or two tips? I know
5.
You're laughing right now because you probably have like 30.
Yeah. I do. But I'm happy to share any of it. Like, I don't gatekeep this information because I mean, it's just useful stuff. Yeah. The best thing that you can do is work backwards from your offer. Whatever the offer is, work backwards from it. So if you're going to host a $25,000 mastermind or a $2,300 one-on-one or even a $57 course, always working backwards from it. So the summit feels like it envelops the product, right? So if it's a $25,000 mastermind, then you're hosting a specially sort of like integrated VIP day into the summit itself, or even into the bundle or whatnot, and have people feel super special and they're getting something really of high value to sell a high value product. If you're selling a $9 a month membership, offer the first 30 days for free just for registering for the summit, right? That's great. Or the bundle or whatnot, right? So you're giving things that are really focused on the product or the sales or the service that you're doing, and you're going to anticipate how people are going to learn about your product. So don't, like, not just having it on your website, but making sure that it's actually integrated and meshed into the summit. You could have that even in an early bird special on a upsell page from your VIP or all access pass. So that's something that I always recommend people do, having an upsell or downsell or even an early bird. And then this is my favorite. This is the best one. And that's to actually integrate a sales piece into your event. So if you're going to have a 2-day summit, the morning of day 3 is your sales event. If you're going to have a 4-day summit, the morning of day 3 is still your sales event, because you never want to leave it too late because people's attention wanes as they go. So, but having something baked into the event is super special. If you're selling Canva templates, offer Canva templates with a special discount code just for being a registrant for the event, and then have a really good follow-up sequence that actually sells your other Canva template packages at a higher price. So it's all about integration. It's all about feeling like it's seamless, so that at the end, they're not getting the whiplash of the specific sales email. They're already like, oh yeah, I heard about that. I wasn't interested during it. I'm kind of interested now, or whatnot, right? So they're not feeling like they didn't already hear about it. You want them to feel like you've invited them over for tea. They're sitting, they're having the cup of tea, and you're like, would you like a crumpet? And the crumpet just happens to be my $25,000 mastermind. Something like that.
There we go. Yeah, no, this is great. And actually, I will give a very real life example of what I'm doing with this bundle. Yeah. So everybody kind of knows how it's working. So yes, we have the bundle, $7 for all the resources. We have a VIP pass. Yeah. I was like, what did I call it? A VIP pass where people can get access to more resources, extra time to sign up for the bundle, 1 free month in my membership, which again is like you said. And then on the back end of that, guess what I'm doing? I am doing a challenge called the Simple Sales Challenge, which will then feed into my membership. So
Perfect.
the Simple Business School. So it's all aligned every step of the way and very branded. So if somebody needed like an actual example, there you go.
Yeah,
You
that's
now know.
amazing. That's
Yeah.
amazing. You've got it down pat. That's fantastic. I mean,
Yeah.
that's perfect. And that's what your bundles all kind of focus on, right? And
Yeah. My
yeah,
entire business is around simplicity. Like every single part of my business is simple. That's why I focus on simple bundles. Like that's the company, Simple Bundles. So this is not by chance. This is all done very strategically, which
good.
right, exactly. You have to do whether you're hosting a bundle, any kind of collaborative event, a summit, right? And that is why, yes, you need the strategy, but then you also need the promotion on top of it so people know what they're getting, right? Like
Exactly.
it all works together very, very cohesively, right? Now, I know you have another product in the VIP pass, which I just mentioned, which is the Summits Made Simple Speaker Attraction Bundle, right? And this is honestly, I think the most important part of hosting a summit is getting the right speakers and getting high quality speakers,
Yes,
right? So
absolutely. And you can actually use this product to host bundles, by the way. It is
oh,
completely interchangeable.
perfect, even better.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I would just want to say I knew we'd get along because both of our businesses have the word simple in them.
Yeah.
But the speaker attraction bundle, that's the thing that hangs up a lot of people with a summit or a bundle. They think, who's going to want to be on my thing? Because who am I? Nobody knows me or whatnot, right? You don't have to wait until you have a name for yourself to host a summit or a bundle. Like you can start a business with these things. And a lot of people think, well, I can't reach out to the person up here because I'm down here and they're not going to like me. I say that is like total poppycock, and we want to have people that it doesn't matter, right? Everybody's equal footing when it comes to trying to run, grow. Everybody's trying to do the same thing. We're all doing the same thing. They just started a little bit ahead of you. So the speaker attraction bundle is the right wording to get out in front of your potential speakers. It is the planning sheet or the master planner that tells you how to gather all of the information that you'll need. And it breaks down the process of finding ideal speakers and how you should be thinking about your speakers. I always say your ideal speaker has your ideal client on their list. And if the answer is no, they do not, they are not right for your event. Like same for a bundle, right? And so if we can get people to upgrade to the VIP, grab that, even if you're going to use it for, like I said, a bundle, a challenge, whatever it is, then you're getting yourself ahead for finding the right people. And just by the way, when you find the right people for a summit or a bundle or anything, the collaboration opportunities that come off the back end are insane.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like
It's so wild.
business changing. I mean, I've been on like the amount of podcasts, you've probably seen the same thing, the amount of collaborations I can do, the amount of friends I've met, and the amount of people who start referring me to other people and talk about my products and so on and so forth. Completely game changer. So I think it's just a really great way to overcome some of those things. I mean, I'm sure when you're first time hosting your own bundle, you're like, how do I find all the contributors and so on?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the first time I hosted a bundle, I was like, well, first of all, I have no idea what I'm doing. So let's just figure this out. But yeah, I mean, to be fair, I have a background in PR. That's what I did in corporate. So I was like, oh, I know how to pitch people. Like I was pitching for years. So that's just what I did. I was just like pitching people, inviting them to join. After that first one, like no pitching was needed.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
after you do that first thing, like you said, you build those relationships, you give everybody a really great experience. That's really the most important thing that I think people bypass when hosting anything, whether it's a summit or bundle, any collaborative event in person, online, is making sure that experience is really great for the people who are contributing, you as a host, and then people who are buying too. Right. And I think that's the part that a lot of people brush over. And the resources that you're sharing, the promotion piece of it, that will, before it even starts, set the stage for that experience of what people can expect to experience. Right. And then the doors open, people start signing up. They see that VIP pass that they get to sign up for. They take everything to the next level. And then guess what? On the back end of that, you continue to make those sales because of the relationships you've built, because of that experience you've given people.
Mm-hmm. The trust
right?
you've built,
The trust, exactly.
yeah, the camaraderie even. I mean, you and I both know from being on these events that it creates a bit of a group. You're like, oh, I've got to have Steph on my next event because she was on my previous event and she did amazing, right? She brought lots of leads, or she was just great to work with, or she made it really easy and simple to blah, blah, blah. Those kind of people end up getting on more events. If you want to be a speaker on these things and be in bundles, and you want to make it difficult, don't do your job by promoting, don't share, don't engage, don't do all that kind of stuff, you're not going to get invited back.
Yep.
And on the other side, if you want to actually get the products from a bundle like this, you want to pay the $7, you want to access the products, but then you don't take advantage of the products within it, then you're also not doing the thing that's actually going to help you move ahead. Like, you've curated such a cool group of offers and people that it's just, again, no brainer to go pay that $7, get in there, grab everything you can, get the VIP because there's some really cool stuff in there, and start moving the needle forward in the ways that you can that are going to make the most sense.
Exactly. And that's it. That's it. You, as the contributor, as the host, as the buyer, you're all required to do different things. And I strategically curated all of the products in here. Like, we had a lot of people apply, and I turned a lot of people away because I wanted to make sure that every product in this bundle was good.
I made the cut. Woohoo!
Yeah, you made the cut. And because again, that's the experience that I want people to have when they buy from me. I want it to know it's high quality. I want it to know it's high value. And that's why, as of right now, 2 days before we've even launched this bundle, we have over 600 people on the wait list to sign up for it, because amazing. I have taken that time to, and I mean, again, like, this did not happen overnight. Like, I had learned how to do these things, right? But this is what happens. This is that snowball effect.
Yeah.
Right. Where you do it one time, you learn, you start to make a quote unquote name for yourself, and then people want to buy it again and again. Right.
Exactly.
So yeah, this is how all of these pieces kind of come together. And then on top of that, like I said, there's 50 other resources in there that if summits aren't your thing, you have zero intentions to maybe ever host a summit, still grab it because it's free. Keep it like in your Google Drive, keep it in your bundle organizer, and you can come back to it 5 years down the line if you want. But still, there's 50 other products to help you make more money. And like I said before, as business owners, we all need to make money. That's a non-negotiable. Right. So this was great. Thank you, Jennie. Thank you for coming here and chatting with me about the importance of creating that high impact experience that will lead to simple sales in your business with Summit. So before we head out, do you have like maybe like 1 or 2 last minute tips or insights that you want to leave people with who are listening?
Absolutely. If you're thinking about how you're attracting your leads into your business, and you're doing it by onesies and twosies with just a simple lead magnet, or you're not investing in what I call a list injection, which is a bundle, a summit, a challenge, these are the things that you need to be getting on your calendar. For the end of this year, we still have time in Q4 to actually do these things, but be planning for 2025, right? So if you want to launch a product, you got to think backwards from how many people you want in it. And if you want 35 people in your XYZ product, then you have to think about how many people you have to get before that converts, right? You got to start doing a little bit of the simple math, a little bit of, multiplication and division to figure out how many leads you actually need. And a simple lead magnet isn't going to cut it to get the number of people you might be looking for depending on your product. So a list injection overcomes a lot of the issues with attrition from people leaving your list, but also not having enough leads to sell to in your list. So look at making sure you're having at least 1, if not 2, really solid list injections in your business, at least at either the beginning of the year and the end of the year. I like to bookmark it that way or bookend it that way. And I think that's probably one of the best strategies.
Yeah, no, I completely agree.
Yeah.
When I started participating in collaborative events like this, my email list exploded, but not just that, my sales exploded, because on the back end of that, you have to have a really strategic process. You can't just like get people. That's a whole other conversation that we're not going to get into, but like, we're not going to talk about that right now. You have to have a strategy at every point in your business. But anyway, As a reminder, the Simple Sales Bundle opens on August 15th at 8 a.m. Central. If you're not on the wait list yet, you can go to simplesalesbundle.com. Sign up for the wait list. We're giving a free gift to anybody who signs up on the first day. Or if you're listening to this after, the doors close on August 20th at 11:59 p.m. Central. So you only have a couple of days to grab this bundle. And frankly, if you don't grab it, you're crazy.
Yeah.
Like there's so many incredible resources in here. So thank you. Yeah. What were you going to say, Jenny? Go
I was
ahead.
just saying, I'm already on that wait list. Like I cannot wait. I'm ready to go. Fingers waiting to grab my stuff. So
Yeah. It's great. It's great. There's so many incredible things in there. So thank you again for being here with me. Thanks to everybody who joined us live and for everybody who's watching the replay.
All right.
We'll see you
Thanks so
later.
much.
Yeah.